a dramatic effect on behaviors. We've seen significantly fewer behaviors when we can engage in particular activities, and water activities is the way to go this time of year.
That is so true. Thank you for sharing with us. Any other facilities want to talk about some activities they've been doing to try and stay cool? Okay, so it's about 10:02 now, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started so we can cover the topics we need to and continue on with our days. So good morning. I am Shahar Litzy. I am the program manager for the psychiatric residential facilities. Also on this morning, we have our new staff, Kendra Rice. Some of you guys may have seen emails from Kendra. She will be assigned to a lot of the facilities that Chelsea Vardell was assigned to. We also have Clayton DeBoer, who a lot of you guys are familiar with. We have our assistant director, Don Jeffries, on this morning. Other DCC staff, I see Becky Mitchell on. Some of our background check staff are on as well, Miss Kayla Bodie and Cynthia Smith and Brenda Burr. So thank you all for joining. I'll get right to it today. So one of the things that we want to talk about is we've sent out emails to you guys letting you know that we are having a new system that we will be working in, and we ask all of our providers to go in and register a portal. So that is going really well. We have had about 60% of our providers to register. So we still have some more out there, and we want to encourage you guys to go out and register. At this time, we're just asking you to register to create a spot for your agency in our system. And at a later time, you will be able to go back and add like your additional staff members that you would like to be able to go into our new ELS system. And the purpose of this system will be that like how you guys send emails to us to request special considerations or permissions to work, alternative compliances. You will go into the system and create those. You won't have to email those. You'll go in, you'll create it and upload your documents. So that is why we're one of the big reasons we're asking you to go in there and put that information in. And then how you guys let us know that you've your administrative staff has changed, you'll be able to go in and edit that information yourself. So that is why we're asking you to register in our ELS system. And during that little registration time, if you are having problems, please reach out to your specialist or to myself, and we will be happy to try and help you get registered. Our new system will be going live in early August. So there will be some things that you may not be able to do in there, but rest assured, we're going to spend a lot of time ensuring that our providers know how to maneuver through the new system and enter the information that they need to. Are there any questions about the system or registering? Okay. Well, I will take that as a no. Becky or Don, is there anything you guys want to add in reference to the system?
It once it goes live, it will make things smoother. It may be bumpy at the very beginning, but once everything's in, I feel like for providers, it will be a lot easier for you guys. You'll be able to get reports. You'll be able to get notices quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So before we had to come back to the office, we had to sync our computer. And the way this is set up, you will see everything we see at the exact same time. I think, Shay, you said we had about 60%.
About 60% that have completed logging, creating a portal for themselves.
So we're really close to having everybody. If you haven't done it, we would really love for you to get it done, but before it does go live, because then you're putting the information in. And then if you don't have a portal, from what my understanding is, then, you'll still have to get things through an email and sources like that, where if you have a portal, everything it'll be live. Like they'll carry their tablets, they'll put everything in, and you'll be able to see it as soon as we do.
And so on our side, we're really looking forward to that, because the system that we work in now, it's ancient. So this new system will help us out a whole lot and be able to keep up with things. Another thing that's going on is we all know that the numbers of COVID numbers are starting to rise again. We're not at the point of where we're asking you to report to like a specific hotline, but please let your specialists know how many positive COVID cases you have, number of staff and number of children. And then also we want to make sure that you guys are following the CDC guidelines for in reference to COVID and how you are quarantining and things of that nature. We may be to the point where you guys may need to be considering, like, I know some of your agencies had a wing, some of you had, like specific areas that you may would keep your positive clients in, or those that you were quarantining. So just want sure that you guys are following the CDC guidelines in reference to positive COVID cases and the possibility of positive COVID cases in your facilities. And also to be keeping in mind that, since the numbers are rising again, what about staff? Like, do you have plans in place, when your staff may be out, to ensure that you are within ratio and so within your staff to child ratios? I see a comment in the chat box. Becky put in the chat box that if you have not had a chance to create your account yet, you can click on this link and it takes less than 3 minutes to do so. And another thing that I wanted to discuss with you guys is ineligible staff. So sometimes your agency, your HR person, or someone will receive an email stating that a staff member is not eligible to work. So within that time frame, we expect you to get back to that staff member and let them know if you hired that person, if that person was not hired because of what you saw on their background. But we just need to know a status of that person. And at any time when we're saying that that person is ineligible to work, and even if they have provided you with some type of documents, that person is still ineligible until someone from our background check / regulatory unit tells you that they are eligible. So with that being said, you would need to ensure that you're either, if they are employed and you choose to want to keep that person, you would need to either work on submitting a permission to work packet that includes letters of reference, a letter from your agency, that person's all of their background checks, any court documents showing that they are no longer like on probation, they've completed all of their court requirements. So I just want to make sure that everyone knows that if you get someone that's ineligible, you have got to stop them from working, suspend them, or whatever until you can get this matter cleared up. Is that correct, Cynthia?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's correct. A lot of times what happens is when I adjudicate into the system, when it says not approved, if there's ever a question, you are more than welcome to contact me. I'll let you know if maybe it's a permission slip thing, or maybe it's something that I have to send a letter out. But yeah, just basically notify me about it before you actually do anything, just to make sure it's not, maybe paperwork wasn't correct. So because we have to not approve for that also. And it might be just a quick fix, but sometimes it's letters have to be sent. And if I don't get the information that I need, then they will go into the not approved status. At that time, the applicant can call me if they didn't receive a letter, and I can talk to them and I can go over what I need. And then, of course, they can't work until they give me that documentation and that INA gets changed to an approved status.
Thank you, Cindy, for coming on and talking about that a little.
Is there a specific place where the packet, say I've got a staff that wasn't approved, and I want to maybe get on the agenda, or I want to follow up with it? Is it somewhere that I can find the requirements?
Currently, our specialists send those, like when the specialist sends you that person is ineligible, you can just flip an email right back to them or contact them and say, I would like to take this person to the board. I would like to request
Okay.
a permission to work. And we will send you out the documents, whatever is needed to go into that packet.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Does anyone else have any questions related to permissions to work or ineligible staff? I wanted to mention that I know your specialists have been asking your HR person, we need a current list of all your employees. We are just trying to ensure that we have background checks on everybody that is working at your facility. So it may be a little frustrating, but I really appreciate the diligence of the HR staff that have worked really hard to provide us that information and working hard to give us the additional information or feedback that we may also come back and ask for. And now we're to the time of like sharing like good things that are going on at your facilities, activities other than water activities, things that you guys are you're implementing. Okay, so Little Creek, can you guys tell us some activities that you are doing?
Hi. So at this time for the summertime, every 2 weeks, the kids are having water days. So we get bouncy houses, which are filled with water. They have watermelon outside. They make fresh lemonade. We do Italian ice, and they do that every 2 weeks. They also had a dance recital this summer. That was like 3 weeks ago. And at the end of this month, we're having a luau party in I call it the backyard. So the backyard, the back of the facility.
Well, thank you for sharing. Those activities sound like that they're going to be fun. Maybe we'll get to be there when you're making lemonade or, you know, making some of those outside treats.
Yes, they're good.
Okay.
This is Adria with Youth Home. I have something to share. So at the beginning of July, we had a really, really fun 4th of July parade for the kids. We got to throw out candy and stress balls and things like that. The kids in our QRTP program actually received flags. The kids in our residential PRTF program did not due to the safety issue with the sticks. But the different departments made floats, and our residential therapists were the processing Skittles, I think is what they called themselves. They all dressed up like the rainbow Skittles. Let's see, we had a float we made with our beach wagon and covered a big old Amazon box up and had little garden gnomes on it with some little firework things going out, and somebody had a popsicle float, and they gave the kids popsicles at 9 o'clock in the morning, which they loved. Anybody's interested in seeing our floats, you can go to our Facebook page. We posted pictures of our floats, our team member floats with that. And the kids got to vote on their favorite float. Of course, the rec department won with their big old four-wheeler and their Secret Service walking with the president. And then we are planning a big back-to-school thing with the kids. We haven't decided really what we're going to do. We would love for it to be something outside, something for them to do that's fun. A few years back, we had a big Halloween carnival where each department did a different carnival-type booth, and the kids got different types of prizes, and we were able to get a big old blow-up, one of those big blow-up slides. So we're looking at possibly doing something like that, but as you guys all know, it's extremely, extremely hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know that that's going to be a possibility. And unfortunately, doing something like that in the gym, we can't have all the kids in the gym at one time. That's just a huge safety issue. So we're trying to figure out what we can do that would be fun, maybe early morning, maybe like water balloons or something like that. But we all have to keep safety in mind, and with the heat, it kind of limits our possibilities. So we're planning something that's going to come out soon because we all start back to school August 22nd. But I'm looking forward to what we can come up with because the kids really enjoyed the parade. And I kind of felt sad for the staff that had to work in the houses because I think several of the younger boys ate all of their candy all at once, like at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm sure that they were all bouncing off the wall.
Well, I am going to go and look on your Facebook page because I definitely want to see some of those pictures. And I remember you telling us that that was something that you guys were planning to do. Your Halloween event kind of sounds like something that we do at DHS. Like each different department or each different division is responsible for creating something. So, and people are allowed to bring their kids to DHS on Halloween, and they would walk around and get to go to all these different areas and see all these state employees dressed up as Halloween characters. So, and thank you for sharing, Adria, about what you guys are doing. I don't have anything else on my agenda this morning. I really appreciate you guys joining just to get some useful information. Sometimes our meetings are long and sometimes they're short. It just depends on the things that are going on. So I think you guys appreciate getting your time, getting that extra time back sometimes. All right. And if there is nothing else, I really appreciate you guys and have a good rest of the day.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys.